Well, I have no idea if this thing's checking. Oh, I guess it is doing audio. Okay. I got audio on my helmet, maybe. Get the old gloves on here and take a quick ride down to the store for no reason other than to test my new camera. The hardest part is getting this thing up the little hill outside the shop. Okay. Contact, clear prop. Alright, well, I have no idea how the audio is going to come through on my helmet mic. It's not, I haven't used it at all. I haven't even used the intercom function. I don't have any friends. So, this is where I live. Out in the middle of nowhere. At least the traffic is light. Not a lot of road maintenance though. Like, none. Ow, ow, ow. So supposedly these big ruckus scooters have some off-road capability, but to be honest, I'm not seeing it. Comparing it to my four-wheeler, not so much. I may have to pull that camera back towards me just a little bit. It sounds like it's banging on the windscreen a little bit. Starting to get a little bit more comfortable on the bike. Shout out to Tim, MSF instructor. Learned a lot. Only dropped the bike once. I was fine. It's actually better than one of the kids in the class that dropped the clutch. He just couldn't figure out how clutches work. And he kept saying, "Oh, I'm revving it up, and I keep stalling it." And so, for the final test, he revved it up all right, and ended up launching the bike up in the air, flying off of it, flipping it around. Anyway, I was in the middle of my long sweeping turn. I didn't even see it. I got through my turn, and was all proud of myself. And there's a bike on the ground, and everybody's gawking. Like, oh, what did I miss? I'm going to take a look at this camera real quick. Yeah, there he is up there. All right, so now my windscreen's down. We'll see how the audio changes a little bit. All right, open road. It gives you an idea of how new a rider I am. I keep wanting to put on my seat belt. Feel so naked. Well, my little red light is flashing away. So apparently I'm still running. I have no idea if this audio is going to come through or not. I'm crossing my fingers. Love the mirrors on this thing. I can actually see what's behind me. It's kind of nice. I rode off I actually fashioned a rod holder for this thing and rode out and took a few casts up the road here, and I found out what the top speed was. It cruises at 60, 65 just fine, but if you want to pass someone at 60, it's going to take you a while, because the top speed's about 70 miles an hour on this thing. So definitely more of a runabout in town, run around the retirement community type vehicle than, actual motorcycle. But, Fairbanks, Alaska isn't Southeast Asia, so got a lot of open road up here. Almost to the yak farm. Used to be, I don't know, I think I was not pigs. I don't remember what they had there originally, but for a while they had yaks at this farm up here on the left. And, that's pretty cool. Alaskan yak. Got your yak milk, and your yak wool, and yak horns, and I don't know what other yak bits you can market, but hey man, all kinds of a market for yak. Yeah, this is the old yak compound right here on the left. Now it's just a field of mostly dandelion. Pretty though. Johnny M. Creek, or Jenny M. Creek. It's pretty much a swamp. There might be some water down there, but not much. Nice day. So this is pretty much a test of my new camera and helmet mic. If it works out, I can ride around and basically vlog on my bike like professional motorcycle vloggers, with the exception of the fact that I don't really know how to ride a motorcycle, all barely. I have a license. Worked hard for that license. I only crashed once. So if you continue up this road, you reach Chena Hot Springs Resort. Really nice compound with a hotel and indoor hot springs pool and jacuzzis and even outdoor hot springs pools, outside hot springs pools. Very popular with the Japanese, especially in the winter. They have a thing for the northern lights. Apparently, if your child is conceived under the northern lights, something. I'm not sure what. Something good. There's also a little, there's not a lot of, amenities or services out here, but there is one German fellow that started a food truck out here. He sells German food like schnitzel and, I don't know, sauerkraut's the only other German food that I know. But anyway, I ate there like one time. It was pretty good. But I think he's got a permanent structure out here somewhere. Now, so, that's the thing. Never want to run up the road for get my schnitzel fixed. You never know. I'm going to be overcome with the urge to eat schnitzel. Mein Diner. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, so this is the Pleasant Valley store. I am just going to whip into the parking lot here and turn around and head back, see what this camera actually captured, if it's at all usable or interesting, or if I need to make some major changes. I don't know, I might have to remount it somewhere, I might have to do something different with my audio, but I'm crossing my fingers. Nice day. Here we go. Well, this thing isn't at a real high top speed, but it jumps from a slow speed. From a slow speed or a start, it really jumps off the line like any motorcycle would. That's cool. Mein Diner. Yeah, I think he's still in his trailer because I don't see it there. I just see the sign. Oh, see, that's one thing I'm terrible about the turn signals. The motorcycles, when you turn on a turn signal, motorcycle turn signals don't automatically turn off like your cars do. And man, it's terrible. I keep leaving my turn signal on, and that's super dangerous on a motorcycle because you want cars to know what you're actually doing, not what your turn signal says you're doing. So you really need to practice more, which is what this is all about right now. Me getting out and riding and learning what I'm doing on a scooter so I can brave the crazy streets of Southeast Asia. I may not be brave enough for Vietnam, though. It looks totally insane there. The Philippines, maybe Thailand, I don't know about Vietnam. It looks insane on the roads. The Philippines looks pretty insane, but nothing like Vietnam. Those people are crazy. The big difference between riding just on an open road where I make like 2 or 3 turns a minute or two, to dodging stray dogs and roosters and bikes and cars, trikes and jeepneys and tuk-tuks. Tuk-tuks not so much, but trikes they call them there. It's like a motorcycle with a bunch of crap bolted onto it that they haul the vehicle. It's pretty scary. But they're cheap. Oh my God, look at the traffic gridlock out here. That's what happens to your car when you leave it on the side of the road on Chino Springs Road. You got about 2 hours to get your car off the road before that happens. I mean, you'd think an area like this would be, you know, relatively crime-free or safe. Not so much. It's basically East LA. It just looks nicer. Oh my God, gridlock. But I need to practice. Driving in heavy traffic. This is what passes for heavy traffic on Chino Springs Road on a weekday afternoon. So the next step will be to get this camera home and plug it into my computer and see if I can get anything useful off of it. I hope so. It wasn't cheap. It's supposed to do nifty things. I'm relatively optimistic. I still got a red flashing light. That's probably a good sign. I think that means, you know, it's doing its thing. Honestly, it's probably good to have a vehicle in front of me. Keeps me honest. Although the bank itself keeps me honest. I mean, I can't do too much dangerous on my little scooter with the top speed of 70. Yeah, see, I'm going up a hill. Oh, paddle. Yeah. I'm still trying to lose weight. I'm too fat for this thing. Alright, well. They must be retired. I'm so jealous. Right up this road is the local elementary school. Nice little elementary school. And there's also my favorite trail to ride down that road on my four-wheeler. It shoots off out into the Tules, like all the trails around here, but that one's particularly cool because it makes its way up onto an old fire break that they cut like 10 years ago that cruises up along the tops of the ridges, and beautiful views. I hope to get this camera and my new little drone out there at some point. I really want to get a riding buddy for that, though, because it's way out there, and I believe in the buddy system when it comes to outdoor activities. Guess I found that out. Yeah. Always good to have a friend when you're out doing stuff in the woods. Alright, we're going back up on home. The cell phone tower up there on the left marks the spot. Which is awesome because that's what I get my internet from. My crappy, expensive, data-capped internet. But it's internet that works. So, you know, anybody that's 10 miles further out than this doesn't get anything. Although, to be fair, 10 miles out further than this is a state park, and so it doesn't really matter. But nobody's built out there because it's a state park. Back down the gravel. Well, I have to say, I love the automatic transmission. I mean, if I had a left foot, I would totally be fine with shifting. But since I don't, the automatic transmission is pretty nice. You just turn the throttle and go. The only downside is that most of the things you can get with an automatic transmission are these tiny little scooters, which is probably fine if you're, you know, in a little Asian country, Southeast Asian country, or island country, with no long, you know, open roads, but that is not Alaska. And yeah, I can see why people might want a little more horsepower up here. But for a scooter, this thing's pretty big. It's a 250, so I guess I'm lucky I got what I got. I couldn't pass it up. I saw it on Facebook Marketplace and wanted to learn how to ride. Decided to make the leap. Nothing like learning something new and really dangerous when you're 2 years from retirement. It's probably a recipe for disaster, according to Hollywood, but, you know, at least I'm not in law enforcement, so there's that. Actually, this thing does handle the dirt pretty well, considering. I mean, this road is terrible. I mean, anything that can handle this road deserves credit. My GMC truck, absolutely a kidney buster on this road. It's no fun at all. All right, that was the worst of it. Yeah, my neighbors. No comment. Everyone's nice people about here. Really ready to get out of America. All right, well, that's probably enough of a ride to test the hardware. Still got a red light, so that's good. I'll get her back in the shop and we'll see what it captured.